How y'all dickheads doing? It is I, once again, Dick Record, coming to you live from the studio in New York City. I'm about to make a passport holder. It's been a while since I've actually done a Leathercraft project on stream, but don't worry about it. I'll get into that later. But before we get into it, you new to the channel, you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. And more importantly, come over to twitch.tv/Dick Record. Link in the description where you catch me streaming Leathercraft video games and other assorted nonsense every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from around 4 to around 8 Eastern Standard Time. And that out of the way, those subtitles are super duper weird. I look a little washed out, but that's probably because I'm very close to my light source. Now, I designed a passport holder based solely on this pattern that I drew. I have this leather that I've acquired. I recently acquired 3 sides of leather. A lot of leather. A side is half a hide. A hide is a whole ass beast. A hide is a whole cow, right? A side is half of a whole cow. That's what we're working with today, ladies and gentlemen. Sides and hides. Okay, what is that? You know what? I should avoid that spot then. I cut this prior to the stream. I figured this should be enough. That spot right there, looking kind of sketch. I could probably hide it behind one of these pieces, like that part there. But I think this should be enough. Or we can't use that part. This might not go well. Okay, hold on. Because this part gets covered up by this part. So possibly do this like this. This like this. Oh. That should be everything then. We even have a little square over there for like no good reason. But yeah, because that gets covered up with this. Alright. There's a bit of a blemish there, but that'll get covered up. It'll probably go away with even a little bit of oil, but yeah. Okay, so we'll do this like this. Wait, what am I doing? This here, this here, or even like this. Yeah. All right. Okay. Perfect. Which means we should try to start drawing these up. I made a few wallets off stream to add to the store. It was very important for me to do that on my own time, which unfortunately meant that there were a lot less streams happening of me doing Leathercraft. There was always video game streams happening. It's just I wanted to do those off stream. Let me double check my... Okay, we're live. All right, I just got to double check. Sometimes I get paranoid. Anyway. So I did a few Leathercraft projects off stream. That's all I'm getting at. That's it. And I designed this because, you know, a couple weeks ago, actually, I wasn't sure what projects to add to my repertoire. And Six Sigma recommended, like, you know, passport holder. And I'm like, I don't need a passport holder. I was like, I don't need one of those. It's like, it's not for me, stupid. Duh. You know, I wasn't thinking in terms of, like, you can make a thing that's not specifically for you. Is this marking? Okay, it is marking. I shouldn't have moved that, actually. Okay, now I have to go back. I haven't actually... I should have tested this by doing that. Anyway. You know, not every project is for me, right? So it's like, oh shit, he's right, I'm dumb. Because I have like a passport holder, although the more I looked at it when I was working on this, I was like, I don't like how this is. And so I don't like how this is, I don't like how this is. So the more I looked at that passport holder in order to like go like, well, let me take inspiration from this and see what I would change. the more I was just like, well, yeah, I would change that. I would change that. I would change that. So I'm possibly making a password holder for myself, or maybe for my girlfriend right now, because, or maybe just to, this is the first one of these that I'm actually making. Maybe just to have one in the design out there. It's not that complex, right? It's not going to be. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be complex. That's the left one. Right side for this thing. That should be like square in the middle. Okay. But essentially, you know, it's just a thing that I make for the shop. And if people like it, we'll make a lot more. Oh yeah, so I acquired 3 sides. 3 full-ass sides of leather. I bought them from Springfield Leather because they were like kind of inexpensive and they looked good. And then I got the 3 of them. And this is one of them. This one looks good. Nice grain to it, right? The other one looked fine. It's a little bit, it's like the same type of leather. Not doesn't have the grain, but it has like a nice rigidity to it, which I kind of like. And then the last one, the black one, which I was the most happy with when I first saw it, I slowly came to loathe because which one of these is bigger? They should be roughly the same size. I'm gonna try to make this one with a little bit of extra material. I'll get to explaining why that like that in a second. I came to loathe because I made a project. I made 2 wallets with it and a present for a friend. And as I was like working with it, I came to this like dreaded feeling in my stomach. Is this black leather that looks so nice? Is it corrected grain? And at first I didn't identify it as such. I just figured like, oh, it's just really dark. That's why the awl is not scratching it. But what I should have thought to myself is, this is not passing the scratch test. The scratch test is a test where, essentially, like, if you scratch the leather, will it have a mark? That's all. It's not passing the scratch test, which means, you know, it's likely not off grain. It's likely corrected. The second test then becomes, you bend it, right? And if you bend full grain leather, there's something called pull. It's not with every type of leather, but essentially, like the leather changes color where you bend it, and that's called pull. It's hard to show in this light actually, but those places where I bent it, there's like now a crease, kind of like a color crease, more or less. That didn't show up either, and I was just like, oh no, did I get fucking hosed? And so I read the description over and over on that leather, and it turns out it doesn't say that it's meant to be doesn't necessarily say it's going to be necessarily full grain. So I was just like, cool. Let me draw these. So after I made 2 wallets with it, which they are some of the nicest wallets that I've ever made, I was like near the end of them. I made this present for somebody. And like that's pretty finished. I came to this realization. I started doing tests. I did the bend test, the scratch test. It failed both of those. I tried to light it on fire with a match because I was under the impression that corrected grain, the top layer is just going to be plastic, and it didn't light on fire. It kind of got tight, so I was just like, I don't know what's going on here. Not there, but we'll just. I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna cut this out that way. So like I'm looking at it, and it's just like I think this is corrected grain. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like I think this is corrected grain, and I can't. So I like came to the conclusion like I can't sell it as full grain, right? Which is really upsetting because everything else in the shop is full grain. So there's like 2 items in the shop that are labeled as corrected grain in the description, and they're much cheaper because I'm going to eat that loss. And that's it. Now, moving forward, I'm probably not going to use that leather as a wallet material, but I am going to use it for something else because I was watching a video on YouTube and this dude was just making pouches, belt pouches. He says that they're good for like Ren fairs, put your dice in them. And I liked the design that he had. He had like a belt loop, and I was like, you know, I can improve upon that belt loop by adding a buckle to it. It's a little bit more work, but it's more convenient. You don't have to like loop it on every time. And so, or you could add buttons, right? So I think that's where I'm going to go forward with those because it's just, this is a lot of black leather. My girlfriend, I showed a picture to my girlfriend and she's like, whoa. I was like, yeah, it's a lot. I have a lot of black leather here. And I'm going to probably use it for that, but I'm going to use the suede side, the rough side, right? Which I think is a real good use of it. I think it's a real good use of it because the suede side, the rough side, is actually really nice on them. And like I kept looking at that leather going like it's a shame that this is like this, but I think I can salvage this into something else. And so they'll probably I'll develop that pattern soon enough. And you'll see me make dice bags slash pouches. They could be used for anything. Ren fairs, cosplay, dice bags, right? Probably replace my dice bag. I have like some weird velvet one. I don't even know if it's velvet or velveteen. A gentleman should be able to tell. A proper gentleman should be able to tell. You know? Anyway, so that's where the state of the leather shop is. The leather shop does have a bunch of new products, though, because of it. I added 4 wallets. I have yet to add them for for channel points, even though I reduced the amount of channel point things in there. So I added a bunch of channel point redeems, and I took away some of the sound alerts simply because it's like, well, I can make it so that people don't have to pay channel points for these now. Good, actually. Now people could save their channel points for like things that they want, as opposed to like those stupid things. So I think that's a net win, right? On there later. Okay, and I think I can like hand cut those details. It's a little light though. I wish this thing scratched a little better, but what are you gonna do? What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna bring this light a little bit closer without stabbing myself in the foot by accidentally dropping my knife. Come on, stay with me, buddy. Drag this down there. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay. Two. Okay. Now I wanted to have these have like this weird little lip here, so that I can punch these with my hole punch here. So this has like a nice rounded corner to them, which is better for transferring the forces. Of everyday wear and tear. You learn a lot of weird shit when you're an architect, especially with regards to transferring forces. It's kind of like you're playing judo with buildings. Playing, what's wrong? I also recently learned that Elizabeth, New Jersey is way further away from me than I thought it was. Whoopsie doo. Whoopsie doo. Okay. Oh, that's there. That makes sense, actually. Those extra corners make it ever so slightly harder to deal with that, but there's our main panel. Oh, the light was in the way the whole time, so we'll place this aside. Actually, I need to straighten that out a little bit. I remember this here. Bit of the lip. Wonder if I could even cut that. Change the blade for this one. Nope, got it. Tiny little shaving. Okay, that's good. That's good. That'll be the main thing. And so for this passport holder, the thing that I didn't like about my current passport holder is that there's no clasp, and so I wanted to add a clasp to it. So that's the main change. Additionally, it's going to have, let's see, it's a right pocket here, the left pocket here. The left pocket's where the passport slots into, right? It folds along the middle, which is right on there. It's a pocket here. Then on top of this, there's another pocket that has card slot room. And I think this stitching actually has to be in a rectangle here so that these pockets are a little bit snugger. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, because an actual card is much bigger than that. All right, I dimensioned it so that it fits snug there. This will allow it to hold like multiple cards, but I think I wanna I don't know, maybe I guess this is probably easier just to do the one pocket there, right? Find out when we get there. Anyway, let's cut these other parts out. Also, I don't know if I should. I probably shouldn't. Hit the rough side of this leather with tokonolu, which will smooth it out, but it's extra work and it's extra material investment. Let me cut this off here so that there's not so much of a floppiness to it. I bought a knife set, actually, and it's nearby. It's got all these like cute little blades, and a grindstone. I only recently found out that the grindstone had two different grits, one on one side, one on the other. So, yeah. But I just bought this. These blades are actually like super duper sharp. I was using one to actually carve something out the other day. But it's pretty nice, you know? Hashtag not sponsored, which is why I'm covering up the logo. God, I can barely see this. Right. Let's see if I can't get that in there. Maybe I need to change the quality of the light. Hold on. Temporary switch. Yeah, that's a lot better. Actually, air contrast. Do this real quick. God, now this looks like with the ring around it, it looks like that game that people thought wasn't real. They thought it was like actual found footage of body cam police work, you know. And then the guy was like, "No, this is just Unreal Engine 5. It looks that good." Unreal Engine 5 apparently. There's a Layers of Fear demo that's in Unreal Engine 5. I thought about streaming that today actually. Oh, that reminds me, I'm probably not going to stream Monday. In Memorial Day. I think the plan is to go out with my girlfriend. You know, we'll just go have a picnic. Picnic. Which means possible stream either Tuesday or our regularly scheduled Wednesday stream. Let me cut that off entirely. When we get to parts like this, it's just like, oh, here's this weird thing. Oh, but yeah, so like I was saying before, I bought 3 sides of leather. This is one of them. And I have like 12 square feet of this. It's a lot of it. I have 12-ish A side is never like the same size. When you buy a hide or a side, they always tell you it's like within this range, you know. And so it's like cool. Cool. That's a lot. Let me cut this off. Sometimes you need like little scraps around, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep that actually. Throw these little bits out. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. Sometimes you do need like scraps like this for stuff. Especially there's a project that I did in the past which I need to revisit called the bag charm, and it's a great way to use those scraps because you just use like a small amount. They're very labor intensive though, very labor intensive. Like each one of those took me like I think 3 hours, which is why you don't see them in the shop. It's just like I don't think anybody's gonna want to pay like 200 for something like that. It takes too long to make. So like no one's gonna pay that, and as a result, I'm not gonna lower the price simply because nobody wants to pay that. I just, they'll just sit there. I was watching a video that Hermes released about like, the training that their employees do, which I thought was really interesting. And one of the things that they were showing them doing was the making things, little charms, little cute little things. And I was like, yep, that's where we are, actually. Nothing wrong with it. I kind of like them, Marry this to that. Perfect. But yeah, like they're Hermes, right? Hermes can charge that much because Hermes is known for being like amazing. Their products are amazing. The craft is amazing, right? And I was watching this video where they talk about it, and what's funny, and it's actually really inspiring, is that they talk about how their Leathercrafts people are people from all walks of life that just decided to get into it. Right? And it's just like, you look at them, you hear their stories, and it's just like, that person's just like me. There's like engineers and scientists and athletes that are just like, yeah, I decided I want to do this. And it's like, holy shit. Holy shit. Hey, what's up, Bronxum? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. How you doing, Saddest Shark? You came to a new project that I'm working on here. We're making a passport holder. How are you guys doing? I am so sorry. I have been so wrapped up in my own, narrating while also work, No, Bronxum, thank you, but please don't spend your money. I'm just gonna spend it on cocaine. That's a joke for legal reasons. I do put that money towards stuff for the baby girl, my kitty Kate. Thank you though. How are you guys doing? Any plans for the weekend? One more part here. Oh wait, this is this side actually. Whoops. No, this is this side. My bad. More or less, you're being extremely emotional. Uh-oh. Wait. Being extremely emotional is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It can be a bad thing, especially if it comes from like negative emotions. Are you doing okay, Shark? Just chilling? Ah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Bronxum. Do you... It sounds like you're not the biggest fan of your job, but is it terrible, or is it just kind of like, ugh, like I'd rather be doing other things, because sometimes going to work is not necessarily the worst thing. Although if you're in the U.S., you are likely dealing with the Memorial Day weekend, and that's, if you're in customer service, whoo boy, right? Like, I'm assuming a Sunday job means that, yeah, like likely you work with people, right? You don't necessarily hate it though. That's fair. I think that if you could find a job that you don't hate and that pays you well enough to live, it's kind of worth, you know, considering like sticking around at least for the time being until you find something else. How you doing, Ryan? Or until you find something you like a lot better. But there's nothing wrong with staying at a job that you don't hate, you know? As long as it doesn't like as long as it doesn't like make you hate yourself, right? As long as you don't wake up dreading going in, you know. My last job I kind of disliked a lot. Mainly because like it didn't pay well enough. But then like I also felt like I was stagnating there, and I spent a lot of effort trying to free myself from it. And then ultimately I didn't. And what happened was they just let everybody go one day because of COVID. I'm gonna make this a little longer. Because I have a theory about something, and I want to test it out first before we continue. Where's my awl? Is it? That's the wrong awl. My punching awl, not my stitching awl. You're not gonna try. Okay. Just wanted to ask if you could post a few links about something new coming up very soon. In chat, links will be blocked mainly because we've had bot issues. So like in chat, they're not going to show up. I'm sorry. It's a new global charity called Technodad, Dad of Technoblade, a Minecraft YouTube. Oh no. You just want to share stuff about the charity. Okay. You can totally post them in the server. You're totally allowed to do that, right? I'm giving you permission. You have my blessing, my child. I'm not even a religious person. I don't know why I did that. But yeah. Oh God, that actually sounds a little familiar. Technoblade, Technodad. Hey, what's up, Chuck? No, we're not doing an infiltration. We finished infiltrating. Infiltrating's done forever. We never have to infiltrate again. How you doing, Chuck? How's your day been? Did I cut this all the way down? I did cut that all the way down. Let's go to here. Let's mark this line here. Right? I can barely see that. So I know you guys can't. But I can see it a little. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. Okay. Cut along there. Perfect. We'll set these aside for now. We don't need these currently. All right, so we have our pieces. I made this a little bit wider because I wanted to test approximately where I really need to make this. I wasn't exactly sure. I just know that at a certain point, this has to fold over, and this has to be like a thing here. This is clearly too wide, so I should probably just already start shaving off. One of us took a... Oh, fucking let me get this link, actually. If you're posting it here, yep, one of us global. So I'm just gonna post it in chat so that people can see it. I'm sorry that it has to be like this, Saddest Shark, right? Like, it's mainly because of these bots showing up and going, hey, want to be famous? Boop! And it's just like, I can't have y'all clicking those links from these bots because I don't know where they're going, right? They might just go to like, hey, cool, you now have a virus. Let's see, Technodad's merch website and information about One of Us Foundation. Okay. Oh, why won't this go? Okay. I usually don't like to post other people's merch in the place, but whatever. Oh, some of this is cute though. And so the mission is One of Us strives to breaking down social and economic barriers that are facing young people, building a global community. But what? All empowered and equipped to actualize the best version of themselves. So it's a mental health charity? To help young people find their voice and realize their dreams. Grieving. I'm surprised that I'd be like, if I was close to my father, I don't think I'd be able to do anything with myself for like within the next year, you know what I mean? But it sounds like this was a good sort of like way to like get their mind off of the tragedy that they just experienced. Hey, what's up, Game Trickster? How you doing? Sent me a thingy on Discord. Uh-oh. What you break? What I break? Steerage linkage. I don't know what I'm looking at. I know that that's the inside of a car. I don't know anything about cars. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I know that the carburetor's the heart of the vehicle. Feeling dizzy. Okay, so sit down, right? Your dizziness could be from a number of things. If you're feeling like dizzy and lightheaded, I almost want to say, see a physician. Are you near family members, just in case? Or if this is like a normal thing, right? Also, obviously, I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry. It's freshly painted black. I need to open this up. Okay, there's a full screen version of it. They painted it black. Was that to cover something up? Was that to cover something up, Ryan? Usually when somebody paints like a piece of hardware black, it's to cover something up. It's new like that. Okay. It's the thing that turns wheels. Oh, so this is under the car? Oh, that's right, because I see trees. So yeah, this is under the car. I thought I was looking at under the hood. Okay. Wait a minute, is this the thing that you welded? No. This is not the same thing that you welded the other day, right? Or not the other day, a couple months ago at this point. Okay, that is different. Yeah, that's different. Oh my god. I had forgotten how absolutely totaled this vehicle that you sent me a picture of looked. I guess not totaled, but like, you know, when you rip parts off a car, it's just like, my god, that looks different. It's the hood mount. It's between the wheels. Okay, is that the thing that like kind of like tells the wheels to go left, go right? He became an actual dad. Aww. Dude, that sucks, saddest shark. I mean, like, it doesn't suck that he became an actual, like, father figure to y'all, but it sucks that he passed, right? I think it sucks when anybody fucking passes, unless they're, like, some sort of terrible asshole, like, let's see. I could think of a few, actually. Should I name them? Probably not. I think I'm going to try to make these two the same size, which is what I think I should have done. I'm going to make these two the same size. I think I should have done that initially. Okay. This has a sheath. Where'd the sheath go? This has a sheath because it's like super duper sharp. Are you asking me to drink water if you want to drink water? If you want to drink water to stop it. I honestly I don't know what's causing it, right? Maybe it's like anemia, right? Maybe it's because like you're winded and you need to take a break. I'm not, so this is one of those times where I say like I'm not a medical professional. If you think you need medical attention, you should get medical attention immediately. Some people are like me, where it's just like, this feels off, but I'm not going to change my plans for today. I'm going to fucking do the thing that I set out to do, which is probably unwise, right? I don't know what medication you would take to stop feeling dizzy or lightheaded. Like, I don't know if like, you know, prior to this, you were just like spinning around, you know, trying or hyperventilating, trying to get yourself dizzy, right? Like, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if this is like a normal thing for you. But if you feel you need to get medical attention, you should get medical attention. Yeah. Don't like wait on that sort of thing, right? Because like there have been times where I haven't come to regret it, but like I feel like I probably should have just like told myself like fucking go to the doctor. I remember this one time I was at work and I had a doctor's appointment, so I left to go to the doctor's appointment. And then after the doctor's appointment, I was like, you know what? Because I had been feeling chest pains. Let me go see a doctor about this. And so when you check yourself to urgent care or the ER and tell them you have chest pains, they will see you immediately because apparently chest pains is a big thing, right? I would say this right now, Game Trickster. If you're near family, right? If you have a family member at home with you right now, real talk, I'd let them know, like, I'm feeling, you know, tell them you're feeling a little dizzy, right? See what they have to say. And also it'll be kind of like a way to let them know, like, hey, also, just like, keep an eye on me in case I go into, I don't know, some sort of like bad state. Because I don't want to like tell you like to ignore it, because you shouldn't ignore it. If you feel like there's a real issue there, do not ignore it. You know, you didn't work out because it's okay. You feel more done than after the workout. I totally get you. It's good to have days where you rest your muscles. Actually, from what I understand, if you just throw up, like puke. Are you feeling nauseous? You got a lung bridge pressing feeling at a stress. Lung bridge? Is that a part? Is that a body part that I don't know about? I'm sorry. Like there's pressure in your chest. Are you telling me that there's pressure in your chest, like a feeling of pressure in your chest? This will go like this. This will go like this. But before we actually start stitching any of this stuff down, I actually have to do something with this piece right here. That is from here. I have to mark where the buttonhole goes. And that's right there. Write that down. Take this. Punch a hole there. You got blood test done and nothing. You press when you do. Oh! Like right below the rib cage? That's called, I believe it's called the solar plexus. Or it's referred to as a solar plexus in English. And it's very much like the kind of place where you should be careful because there's a bunch of nerves around there. Right? So in addition to like the fact that like the heart and the lungs is kind of like right there, it's all these like squishy organs. There's a bunch of nerves there. And if you punch somebody there, it actually really fucking hurts. I don't know if you think that bread will help you feel better. Sure. I don't know what's going on, right? So like again, I highly recommend, if you can, if you have like a family member nearby, tell them like, hey, look, I'm not feeling the greatest, right? Just so that they know. You live with your folks, right? Just tell one of them like, hey, feeling a little, right? It's always good to tell somebody that you're not feeling tip-top shape, so that people know. You know? You think you'll be fine? Okay. Fucking you better be. If you're not fine, I'm telling your parents. I'm kidding. That's weird. Okay, so this part here, there's a few things I want to do here. One, I want to like put these curves in using this punch, and then we'll cut off the excess afterwards. But I want these corners to be rounded. And I think it's important that these corners are rounded. I didn't want to like have to cut them out by hand, because cutting out rounded corners by hand is a so we're gonna do this way. Okay. Second, and I have to double check to see what size the buttonhole punch should be. I usually just check it against my actual buttons. All right. Yeah. Like if I think I think I have to agree with Ryan. It might not necessarily help, but yeah, dude, try to feel better. Try to like, you know, get some rest. Don't overexert yourself, right? It is saying that it's this buttonhole, but I think I gotta actually use the 3. So, like, unless it's like nausea, right? In which case, actually, eating something like dry saltine crackers, right, is likely what you may want to do. I should close this. If this thing falls, all these buttons just end up scattered all over my fucking floor, and I hate that. But all right. Game Trickster, you feel better, okay? Make sure this is centered. That's pretty good. And punch. And while we're here, it's the same hole punch for this. So, but we're not going to put this bit of hardware in just yet because we're going to do the stitching first. So I believe that makes it so that this bit of hardware on this side is the last thing we put in. All right, that's all the hole punching we got to do for today. I'll put this to the side. I really should rearrange the things that came in this kit because every time I take this thing out, I have to put them all back in after the effect. And I feel like I should make a separate thing for them. Or just use a separate box for this thing. Or not even use the box. I don't know. Anyway. A certain amount of carbs is okay though. Like if you get hyper fixated on like cutting carbs, the problem is that carbohydrates are what you get your energy from, right? Actually, why did I close that all? You know, everybody needs energy. Let's see. So you kind of want to have, yeah, too much is bad because too much is how you get fat, right? Well, like, you know, you gotta make sure you have enough in your diet. Okay, so I think we actually have to use what's called a washer here, which is going to be weird because I don't have a washer. I think the smallest, why did I put that away again? Anyway, we need this and this. Oh, we do need this, right? Because it's, I believe, this? Yeah, okay. So I think we need to create a washer, actually, which is what we can make with this or even one of these other pieces of scrap, which is why I'm glad we kept them. But, yeah. But let me do a test real quick. So keto people have no energy? I mean, like, kind of. But I don't know if it's, like, a good generalization so much as it's, like, a... How thin is that? Yeah, I think I should make a washer. A leather washer. I never made one of these before. My mom typically goes on keto and then gets off of keto and everything. She doesn't really have like the energy to do things like a lot of what's it called? Cardio, right? And so like a few flights of stairs is difficult for her, not because she's aging, but because she just like doesn't have the energy, right? So you do want to like, especially if you're working out a fair amount, have energy to work out. Everything in moderation, you know? Just make sure you're getting enough of everything you need. Okay, so we're gonna hide the washer inside the pocket, I believe, which means... Okay, hold on. Okay. So this is gonna be sticking out this side. Come on. I made this hole big enough. Fuck you. Alright, so it'll be under this thing. Which means I gotta take that out. You ate 4 scrambled eggs with 1 sausage. And 4 toast bread with paprika with salmon. Ooh. That does sound pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie, that does sound pretty good. It sounds pretty... a little jelly. Not super jelly, but... like, it sounds good. I like salmon. I just don't get to eat it very often. I guess I could if I just picked it up more often. I need something small. Is this smaller than that? It's not. What am I doing? What am I doing? I have a compass. I have a compass. All right, so figure. We're gonna make our own leather washer. It's gonna look a little. It's gonna look a little clumsy, but what are you gonna do? This just marks where the circle is. We're going to have to hand cut that. Fish, yes. It can be pricey. I recently found out that my local... I put that thing. Oh, it's here. The stud's here. That my local Aldi carries a good amount of salmon, actually. I remember buying it a few times. The problem is that, like, it feels like it expires fastest, right? And I don't want to risk that when I can just, like, what's it called? Buy chicken thighs, marinate the whole pack of them for like the week, and be done with them. It feels like the salmon lasts the shortest period of time. Uh, which is why I typically, when I have salmon, it's usually like when I'm out, right? I've made salmon a few times in the past. Actually, I kind of like grilling it, skin stuff. Well, I usually cut off the skin. Um, I've heard that the skin is actually where the worst parts of, what's in the ocean kind of like lurks in, uh, chemicals, etc. Not entirely sure if that's true, but rather not risk it. I need my hole punch again. Bloody hell. Alright. Gotta punch a hole roughly in the center. Gotta weigh yourself. I don't recommend weighing yourself like every day. You shouldn't hyperfixate on your weight. Unless, like, I don't even think there's a good unless here. I don't recommend weighing yourself every day. You don't want to get like too fixated on that type of thing. Oh yeah, so we gotta push this back out. Push this in here. I need this. Let's go through that. Okay. Need this. Let's go through that. Now we can put this on here. Put that under there. Hopefully I did this right. Yes, and that'll be the, okay. My girlfriend tends to weigh herself like every day, and I've told her, you gotta stop that. Like, it's not good for your mental health. I don't know what you're trying to, like, prove here by, like, constantly weighing yourself. Oh, I should have beveled these edges. I can still bevel them, I think. I think it'll be easier too, actually, after I do this. But, like, it's not... I don't know. It seems like not a wise idea. I'm not too worried about this looking not pretty, but I don't want it to snag on anything, so I am going to bevel a little bit. Here. Oh, maybe it is a little bit harder now to bevel. I don't even know if I'm going to be beveling this project because I was trying to do some test beveling the other day, and like the leather is kind of too soft. And that kind of makes sense because it's chrome tan leather. Got a nice smell to it, but it's tanned with chromium. If you've got a chromium allergy, you might have a reaction to this. But also, there we go. All right, so this will be there, and then this will fold over and button here. All right, so we do that button last. I don't know if this is going to stick out too much now that I've done it. Okay, so we stitch this down the middle here now. It keeps you motivated. I mean, that's fair too. If it helps you, then I guess it's okay. I don't want you to get like hyper fixated on like numbers. I think that too many people that I know get like really fixated on numbers, and it prevents them from like doing well, you know? I'm not gonna name names, but a buddy of mine, like when we talk about magic, he gets like hyper fixated on like what's better than what numbers do well, and then like he also like, like it's just sort of, how do I explain it? It's he's not 100% happy with his results when he actually plays the game. So it's just like I told them like flat out, like I think you're getting too stuck up on these numbers, and it's actually starting to negatively affect how you play the game. And I think you should just like pull it back a little and just try to enjoy playing, and you know, get experience, and then it'll come to you. But this hyperfixation on numbers is not doing you any favors. So we do a line down there, not a line, but you know what I mean. Yeah. See, like I don't recommend like like worrying about like meta shit, that sort of thing. Just enjoy the journey, right? Because like weight loss is a journey. It's a journey. I don't know if I meant to do that, but we inadvertently grooved out a hole there, or grooved out a. Oh God, I forgot how thin this leather is. I had to be careful. Okay, well we were gonna punch holes through that anyway. We're gonna punch holes through that anyway. In fact, I don't think I need this, but I do need. Where's my punch board? This might actually be a quick project too. Here, this and this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue this down actually here, and then we're gonna. So. Ugh. Well, you're fairly young, right? You don't have to tell me your age, but like if you consider yourself fairly young, there's a lot of advantages, right? If you want to work out, right? This is the time. If you're ever gonna like look really good and really like cut and fit and from exercising, like when you're young is the time, right? Because like after a certain point in your life, oh look, there's a stamp there. After a certain point in your life, you kind of like your body just like will not do it. Your metabolism's gonna slow. Your metabolism slows a little bit, like I think every year. But like, you know, when you're young is the best time to like be. And I'm not saying that like if you're older, you can't get fit. You can. You could totally get fit. But you'll have like a different quality of fitness. And in fact, if you want to get fit and stay fit when you're older, you should actually develop the habits of remaining active now when you're younger. And I also don't want to dissuade anybody from ever getting fit. Just because like you're a certain age doesn't mean you shouldn't try to get fit. You should always try to get fit. Everyone should try to get fit if they can. Because, you're stuck in this body. The best thing you can do is like make sure you maintain it. It's kind of like not, I was about to say it's kind of like driving a car. It's not like driving a car at all, but it is kind of like getting those tune-ups, right? And your body is just like, it'll thank you for it. Let me just wipe away this glue. Away. Wipe away this glue. And I say this as somebody who has to like kind of maintain a certain minimum amount of fitness solely because my shoulder is pretty effed. Like even post surgery, I had shoulder surgery, and one of the things that they told me was like, "Oh yeah, you have to like work out the rest of your life to maintain." Shit. My hand got a little bit of glue on it. Sloppy. All right, because it's on this paper towel. Yeah, yeah. The metabolism just it'll slow. That's just all that there is to it. Where it slows as you get older. I remember hearing a rumor when I was very young that it's like every 7 years, but I honestly believe it's every year. It's like not every 7 years. If you measure every 7 years, you're going to notice a difference. But it's likely slowing down this insignificant amount every day, you know? It's just atrophy. It's not something we can help. So, when I was younger though, I didn't really overeat. I did eat a lot of junk food and I did consume way too much soda. Soda's bad. Soda's real bad. Um it's empty calories essentially. Yep. Okay. Not buying anything for that. All right. So I bought new stitching chisels that have a 5 millimeter um distance between, and I actually really like them. Right? It's 5 millimeters between each hole punch. And a little beyond that. There. Oh, you know, I didn't even try to like bevel these edges. I'm gonna try to bevel an edge on a piece of scrap where I cut the edge because I have this feeling that these edges are gonna be hard to bevel. Here's my beveler. Where's my strop? Here's my stroppy strop. So typically with the edge beveler, you want to like kind of like, oh, I forgot to change this color back to the warm color because I think that this is better suited for this, right? Strop the edge, right? And so like what you want to do when you bevel the edge is kind of like curve it, right? Like by ever so slightly taking off a little bit of the edge. I strop this a little bit more. Might not be sharp enough. I sharpened this when I got it actually a few months in or a few weeks in, and then I learned that you should like sharpen it and then strop it before you use it every time. So I just use a little bit of scrap veg tan to strop. Okay, let's test this on here. I don't know if this. Oh, I guess it does. I'm not fond of how that looks though. I'm not the fondest of how that looks. You know what? I probably shouldn't have glued that down. Because that might look better if I hit it with the tokenol. Alright, thank you for the lurk, Ryan. We'll be here. Let me try a little bit of tokenol. I think I need to add water to this. I think I leave it open too often. Actually, I should be doing it from this side. You know? Doing some light testing on these edges just to see like where we should be in terms of how to finish the edges. On the inner side, it should be fine to not bevel, especially because, well, I guess I could adjust that when I get to talking about. The thing is with chrome tan, you don't necessarily need to. Although I am kind of liking how this is looking. It might be hard for me to show. It does look pretty nice. This leather's pretty dry. It might be better to even hit it with a little bit of the this needs more tokenol. It does look pretty nice actually. It's hard to show on camera. It looks like a nice finished edge. We'll do the outer parts of it with the beveler. I don't trust the curvature of this either. Alright, so finish these punches. Punches. Give it punches. This doesn't need to be here actually anymore. Once you do the cutting, like a lot of the the intense lighting stuff doesn't need to be like super there anymore. Let me take my all and take that a little bit there. Okay, let's stitch. I do enjoy stitching, actually, but I will say this: stitching is one of the more labor-intensive things of this of these projects. I don't need to buy thread yet, but I think I should buy some more thread, possibly of like a more earth tone. Let's see, how long is this? I forgot to set up the music again. I need to double check to see where and how to properly set it up. I got stymied the last time I tried to set up a sound alert. And I didn't test it again. I haven't had a chance to see if it's working now. And what's funny is that like it's on the same channel as like a lot of the other things in terms of audio. And I was like watching a VOD yesterday while working out the edit and everything for the YouTube video, and the it was like there, like kind of, if that makes sense. I mean, it wasn't there. Sorry, the audio wasn't there. So like the raid song, which is Spark Mandrill stage music, it wasn't there. It was very weird. Very, very weird. So I was like, but this is the same audio channel that the sexy sax thing is supposed to be on. So why is that not working? Or why is that? I mean, it's not working. It makes the sound, but like you can hear the sound. This doesn't matter. Just pull this through. I don't use a stitching pony, mainly because I don't own one. Okay, so I make sure that we do this the whole way through the same side. So I like to be able to see the hole. I pull this down. Right. When you use diamond chisels, it makes a hole that's like a certain direction each way. And so I try to basically pull down into one corner so that it makes the opposite corner hole look really big. And that way we have more space to pull the thread through without accidentally passing the needle through the other thread, so that you get a better stitch, and you get a better stitch line if it's all consistent. All right, we tighten, and I didn't even glue the middle of this hole. You don't need to. I mean, the middle of this this pocket, and you don't need to. The glue is sort of like mainly to help you while you're assembling. It does kind of help the longevity of the products, but like ultimately it also makes it so that it's harder to repair later down the road. I still use it for like a lot of construction in leather. If you purchase a wallet, the interiors are all glued before they're stitched. Yeah. And I don't think the interiors ever need to be pulled apart entirely, but I was watching a video of Quarter Leather where he was doing a repair for somebody, because all of his products, much like all of my products, come with this limited lifetime warranty. I'll do repairs as long as I can to anything you purchase from the Leathercraft shop, as long as I have my tools and I'm still like here, right? Because I mean, I don't have dementia yet, but I have a feeling it does run in the family. In old age, yeah. It's like if you come at me in like 40 years asking me for like a repair, I might be like, a repair for what? I don't know who the fuck you are. Nurse, who let this weirdo in here? Um, this last part that we just kind of like have to kind of, try real hard to get in there and make it not press through the existing thread, which I think is impossible. But we're just finishing this, so I think it's fine. Um, oh, but yeah, he was repairing a wallet from somebody that purchased from him like 13 years prior. He pulled the entire thing apart. He made a note on the inside, which seemed like a good bit of advice as to when the repair was done. You know, almost a note to himself. He was like, "This is not going to be seen by anybody else but me." And you know, like if you get one repaired, you can actually look in that spot. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. So in order to finish the stitching off, we use a thread zap. I picked this up ever since the last project because the thread zap is really good for finishing these edges without like spreading too much or setting anything on fire, right? You can see there, like I'm getting like a very controlled melt, and I use this hammer to press it flat. You can barely see that I even did anything there. Not that you would on this thing because this is going to be on the inside of a pocket, right? No one should see that, but there are some times where it can't be helped. Like for I think the rest of the stitching on this, you're going to see visible thread finishes because there's just no way to hide them. We hide them when we can. Um, I hammered the stitching flat. I think it looks a little bit better that way. Almost has kind of like a football vibe to it, actually. Now it's kind of cool. Let me clear off these threads. I don't know how long these each will individually take me, but I feel like this is actually a rather quick project, especially if you don't, bevel the edges. Now, for the especially for the outer, I think I have to bevel the edges. I think it just makes it last a little bit longer if you bevel the edges. And that probably should be the next thing that I do. But actually, no, that's not true. There might be sanding involved, so maybe we don't even do that. Um, where did I put the buttons? I told you guys I'm gonna have dementia. There's two things that are supposed to be in here. There's that. There's the. Huh. Uh-oh. All right, we'll put that there. Put these in here. Or this in here, rather. Kind of working a little sloppy here. What are you gonna do? All right. So finish this. The next step is really we're gonna glue this down to this. I'm starting to regret this, and I think I do need to know because if I take this off, well, one that's gonna stick out here, right? I don't like the thought of that sticking out there. I do feel like we need to remove that though because that sticks out a lot, which means that I need to make a much better button. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to remove. I could do it though. Because the hammer is also a plier. Watch this make it worse. Hmm. Hmm. Did I ruin this? Tune in next time. Because this is too thick here. That's what it is. Oh. Hmm. I got. Did I get it? Did I get it? I need you off. Oh god, that feels sharp on that side. I want to pull that through there. Am I gonna have to pull this through there? Can I do that? Oh shit, I think I can just pull this through there. That's wild. Holy shit. Okay. Um, let's do a test real quick on a piece of scrap leather. See if I can pull one of these through here. And then have it not stick out too much. That's where I put that. Okay. Because we have so many of these buttons. Second. All right. So there, there. Put this here, and no, there has to be something between. Okay. Because like that's sitting there comfortably, but if I hammer it any further down, it starts to get real wonky. Right? Actually, it's starting to get wonky. Like I think I really have to like force it down, right? Because it's a certain size. Yeah, see, like this is starting to get wobbled up here. And you don't really want that to be wobbled up. You want that to be pretty secure. And that's pretty bad. All right, so this definitely needs to have like a certain amount of material between it and the other side. It's got to be a washer like this. I guess I got to make a better washer. All right. That one's not doable. Oh. All right. We're gonna try this again. What we're gonna do? Try to make it ever so slightly bigger than the current one, which is according to this. Let's see how big these are. Because it's got to be on this side. It can't be on the other side. Three and a half. No, sorry, wrong side. It's probably the same size though. Okay, so it's slightly bigger than 3/8, right? Cool, I dropped it. There you go. Slightly bigger than 3/8. These here for the time being. Don't cover up the logo. So 3/8. So I want half of that. Actually, it's probably fine. A little bit bigger than that's fine. Okay. little bigger than that. There we go. There we go. I'll cut that out. Gonna come out a little wonky, but what are you gonna do? Where's my blade? Actually, use one of the smaller ones. Because these are super duper sharp. And it might be better to do this with a highly accurate blade. They're so sharp, in fact. I think I need eye protection. And I'm not kidding. Okay, where are you? There you are, buddy. Very sharp. Yeah, that just sinks right in there. So sharp. I cut this at an angle. That's not good. I might have to do that again. Yeah, I cut that at an angle. It's weird. Okay. That blade is so goddamn sharp, though. Holy shit. It's gonna be hard because this is like actually really tiny. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know, be very, very careful with this. God damn. Alright, so slowly, slowly passes through that like fucking butter. Holy shit. Why you want to have sharp tools, ladies and gentlemen. It's like no resistance. I can't even say I was like fighting with the leather earlier, but like now I'm just like gliding through it. It's the point where I need to be very careful because if the it shouldn't jump, but if it jumps, it could go right through me. So you gotta make sure to cut away from the bottom. Yeah, that was like super sharp. Okay. A little bit of a that is very sharp. Very, very sharp. Holy shit. I already broke off the tip. It's somewhere in this, embedded in this board. But my god, that is incredibly sharp. Okay. I'm gonna punch the hole through this, right in the center. As close to the center as I can. It's gonna make the button look a little raised on the side that we're putting it on, but it's gonna be fine. Okay. This side, right? Yeah, so here's this. My cat's awake. Okay. This is gonna have to be pushed on using the tool that they gave us, which is actually really to put the thing on, but it helps here as well. Okay. Push this on here. All right. Hi, Summer. My cat is here. She is back. Back again. Guess who's back? Hello, friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? All right, so a little bit of growing pains, but here we are. Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna push that down a little bit more. What's the matter, Furball? You want to help? She's like, what are you doing? Why are you making all that noise? Oh, you want to help? Oh, my good girl. Oh. Hi. Who's a cute baby? Is it you? Yeah, it is. It's a cat break, ladies and gentlemen. You eat your crunchies? What's the matter? Oh, is the glasses bothering you here? Let me put the glasses over there. Who's a furball? Yeah. Say hi to everybody. She's like, I don't like this thing. She has no idea. This is a picture of her brother, like right here. Boy. My little princess. She's gonna miss me while I'm out tomorrow with my girlfriend. Yeah, you are. She's like, no. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. No, it's not for you. I want you to play with that. I should actually disassemble the knife. We're gonna need... sorry, Summer. I don't think we're gonna need the ultra sharp blade here for this foreseeable future. It came with a sharpening stone too. But every time I've used one of these blades, it's been like, my god. You know? There. Okay. Let's continue forward. Alright, so here we can glue this down here. What's the matter, Furball? Yep. Alright. See you later. Oh. Want some help? There's a lot of stuff on the bed, isn't there? She's like, no. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go, baby. I know. That's my second desk, baby girl. I use my bed's to my immediate left, and I use it as sort of a staging area to put stuff down on. Right, so probably should buy another one of these glues. Or an industrial size one. So I can refill this. And it'll be cheaper by volume. Let's see. So we're just gonna glue this down. I gotta try not to put so much glue here, but I also feel like if I don't put enough, it's just not gonna do anything. I gotta try not to put so much though. Right? Because like I'm not really worried about waste, but what I am worried about is that like if it does spill over, it's gonna look bad, or it could make the final product look bad. Right? It's the side. Let's just press that on there. There are some types of glue that you have to like actually wait for it to dry a little before you press the sides together. I'm pretty sure with this kind, you just do it. You just put it down. I have cat fur all over my nose. I do need this actually. Pretty sure you just push this down. Make sure that's not crooked. That's crooked. We gotta pull it up. Back down. do want this to be flat. Looks like that's about right. So let's, where's my all? Away, actually, it's not away, but that's the wrong one. Put it aside. Like the glue. Like the glue. No glue. Not of concern, just okay. That's there. Oh, I have to ooze out some more after I did that. Nothing wrong with that. Just means we're very close. Smushing the parts together. We are smooshing them. Also looks like a bit of a discrepancy in thicknesses here, which is fine. We just shave that down later. Or even better, sand it down. Okay. That doesn't look fully done. It's actually, huh. It's funny is that like as I hammered this down, like this washer became that much thinner, which I guess kind of makes sense. It's also weird. I don't know. Anyway, that side's kind of done. So what happens with the rest of this is that we do have to stitch that down. I think in the middle of this, I need to hit it with the groover. I don't think we use the awl here, but I think we need to use the groover so that there's like a clear middle, right? Although I guess a clear middle is not necessarily what we want to do. And this is here, and there's a button that goes there. And we have like a cute little passport holder. We don't necessarily need to do. I don't think we'd glue this on here to that end though, because that's going to be like super snug. This is the pocket here, right? That uses the that holds the passport. Passport goes in here. I think we want to like shape a little bit of that down actually there, or rather here. I originally dimensioned it to this line, which will work its way out. But I think we want to cut down like, I want to say 1/8 of an inch here. The passport slots into this pocket on this side, and the whole thing folds over, and then you close it with the snap, right? There's there's one big pocket here, and then 2 smaller pockets here. I feel like no, this pocket's the right size. All right, so yeah, let's do that. Let's remove like 1/8 of an inch on each side of this. I think I could just eyeball it, right? Maybe we shouldn't eyeball it. Maybe we should actually like mark things down. These are 1/8 down here, rather. Hard for me to show you because this won't play along with me. Here we go. Close that. Put that over there. All right, so these are 1/8 down here. I'm marking 1/8 on each side. We're just gonna okay. 1/8 there. There. Now, typically, you want to have like 3 marks to do this type of work, right? Because the best way to actually determine a straight line is 3 lines, right? Rather a straight and measured line is 3 lines. Or 3 dots rather. 1, 2, and then some point in the middle, and you can kind of average them out. Just gonna do it like this. I don't really have like a reason. It's just like it's just easier, but it's not the that's not the best reason. Oh. Yeah, it's not the best reason. Just it is what it is. Um this should be like laying flat. And the nice thing about working with leather that's like this is actually fairly thin leather. And the nice thing about that is that it's easier to cut through, right? Like this blade, I sharpened it a little bit before the stream, but it's way, way easier because it's just like you just pass right through it. I'm gonna glue that down, but let me double check the fold check. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, glue that down. I'm gonna hammer down. Put that back. I scratched in there, but very lightly, so that should go away. I don't know. Anyway. And I'll have to readjust my pattern so that it reflects that. So we did sort of redo that. Where are you going? She's like, I see you later. Cat's leaving me, guys. I can't say she doesn't love me because like she's just like, that's my human. Everybody fuck off. But she does like kind of walk away sometimes. Now, the reason why, I know that some of you may be thinking like, why doesn't this pocket like a dent like this? The reason why is because like the passport when it's in here, it's not necessarily meant to be like removed often, right? Once you put your passport in here, it just sort of like lives in here, essentially, right? This is its new home. Shouldn't be like taking it out willy nilly. A lot of glue there. Shit, oops, I didn't touch that. Um, Part of me wishes. Uh-oh, little lopsided. Part of me wishes. Yep. That this leather was a little more rigid. Wait, did I do this wrong? Uh-oh. Oh, it's a little lopsided due to the cutting. Or not lopsided. Okay, let's just flatten this out. We could always fix the edges later. Gotta get one edge proper, and I think it's gotta be this one. And then the other edges we'll fix later. There, there. Oh, jeez. Oh, I didn't trim this over here. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. So we're gonna have to take a lot. We're gonna have to take the sharpest edge we have. Just go along the sides, I think. Or maybe we should just sand. Sanding, though, I think is like a job for off stream because I do like to use my sander now. So maybe this is where we switch over. Oh shit! What am I doing? I'm cutting on my punch pad. Yeah, yeah. My brain's not working right now. I think we do. Switch to a game. I just made a very brain dead mistake of cutting on top of my punch pad. Haha. All right. I think that's what we'll do. We'll put this away for a part 2. Right. I haven't been drinking anything. And that way I can sand this on the off stream so that the edges will be like perfect using my my sander, my Dremel. It's gonna look real nice actually. We're gonna stitch all along here. We're gonna stitch along this to reinforce this. We're gonna stitch all along here. We're gonna round these corners. I should actually round the corners now because that'll be part of the sanding process. Yeah. All right. Okay. Then I'll do the stitching next stream. So let me round these corners now. And I think I have the proper perfect thing to do it with. This thing actually comes with these flat ones, and I could just like push it down essentially. I think that that's going to be perfect for this here. Because for that, essentially, you just kind of go down at the corner at like a 90-degree angle. Wow, that was so easy. A caveman could do it. Um, that passes through too easy. I don't know how I feel about that. Yep. Again, way too easy to pass through this. And it's not because of the leather. It's because these blades are like super duper sharp. When your tools are like super duper sharp, super duper well maintained, my god, it's so good. Okay. Alright, so we rounded the corners more or less. I'm gonna put this away. Do not trust this blade. It is super duper sharp. We'll switch over to. I think I'm gonna do more Dragon Quest. Like, I didn't get enough. I like that game. I'll probably make some of these off stream so that I can time myself while making them. So that I'll have a good price for when I put them in the shop. But yeah, so far so. You know what? I should have actually got those two. Oh, silly of me. Alright, I didn't even put this away. The one, yeah, the one I used. I flipped it over. I flipped them over when I use them a little bit to remind myself to sharpen them later. Okay. Um, just Perfect. All right, so this is going to get sanded, and then we're going to continue next time. And then I'll not show the interior of my passport, but I'll show it, show this using a passport. The great thing about passports is that they're all the same. Hey, what's up, Wild Lioness Curls? Terrible hip roll. What? Oh no, it can't be that bad. How are you doing? How was your evening? Or wait, it's not the evening, it's the day. How's your day been? I'm actually going to switch over to a game, probably Dragon Quest, because that's currently in the PlayStation 4. How was the rest of your stream? Did you guys beat the quarry last night? Or did you get all those kids killed? I think that's the main point of that game, right? Just to get all the children murdered. I'm doing okay. I was working on a oh god, what was it? Passport holder. So we're probably gonna finish up next time. You didn't what? Not even Brenda's song? Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Alright. I was about to be real mad. I was just like, gotta get all those kids killed. What's up, Sockley? How you been, buddy? How are you feeling, Sockley? Are you feeling more up to it today, or are you kind of low energy still? You've been living under a rock? Why? What happened? What happened? What happened? Is there an ending where nobody lives? I don't know if you've ever played Until Dawn. System Shock remake now. Oh, buddy. Oh, dude. Oh, my guy. Sockley. Like, that's been, like, a Kickstarter thing for, like, a real long time, actually. And, what was I gonna say about that? Actually, I don't know if you know our friend of the channel, DayZ. He's actually a Kickstarter backer since like day one, and so he hasn't been able to stream it because like there's a big stream embargo on it. I'm a little concerned about that, as well as a big embargo on it regarding uploading video of it without their consent. But early access copies are already getting out there. Not early access. Sorry, not copies. Like preview betas or alphas are already getting out there. But yeah, like that's been I guess you know what though? I don't think you should be too worried or upset about it, cuz like listen, I don't know if I'd touch that thing just yet cuz it looks like it's pretty buggy, you know what I mean? You're feeling more energized, you fucking better be. You didn't finish Until Dawn? Oh my god. I'm not going to spoil it for you then. But there was something that I remember doing in Until Dawn that got like almost everyone killed. I remember specifically doing it at the... No, I can't even tell you. I need you to figure this out. I need you to play that game. You gotta, yeah, I can't be the one. You gotta, because there's multiple endings. Depending on like what you do, right? And you could do like everything right up until this one point, and oh man, fucking bloodbath. You can only save one person in Until Dawn? That's... No, there's, well, unless like you've put everybody on a path to death, you can actually save everybody in Until Dawn. It's just, there's a few things. Like, one, there's this girl that I absolutely fucking hate, and so you should let her die. She's a bitch. I think you know who I'm talking about. She's gorgeous, but she's such a bitch. Oh my god, I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they were just like, yeah, we're gonna create a character that you're gonna want to hate fuck. Just look at her so fucking angrily and just like fuck you. Don't let her die. She is not the best. She is not the best. I hate that woman. She is such a B word. I just I don't trust her. Like I feel real bad for the fact that like the black dude trusts her, because like I don't trust her. I don't trust her at all. I like every time you see her on the screen, it's just like you can't trust this woman. You know? She really grew on you that one chapter. You killed her friend. Listen, chat's right. I'm gonna say that right now, Wild Lioness Curls. Chat is 100% right. Let that bitch die. I hate her. Hate her. That said, you should play the game however you want to. But I fucking hate her. Also, there's a thing that I remember doing, trying to get her killed, and it actually makes it so that she lives. So, like, maybe there's a juke there, you know what I mean? Like, this is like, ah. I remember very explicitly doing something, hoping to get her killed, and then it's just like, oh, she lives? And she has her own... Oh, I fucking hate this. Her name starts with an A. Oh, is it the girl that falls with that nerdy guy? Is it the girl that falls with that nerdy guy? This is already looking pretty good. I just have to do the stitching around here, and the stitching around here, and then we got to put in the button snap for this so that this can snap closed, right? Right. Hehehe. Hehehe. And I think that's going to look really good for a passport holder. Oh, come on, Lego. There we go. They'll end up dying with you. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. The best thing about that game is you can always go back and play it again. I streamed that like my first year of streaming. But it was like the second time I played it, and I remember, my god. It's a fun game. It is a fun game. Like, as much as, like, I wish that you could do more when you play it, it's very fun. Huh. Hey, that's where I put that. I was wondering where my template was. Not that I couldn't just print it again. Where my card holder was. And I just found it. I just found my template for my card holder. I'm going to keep that out. I want to make some out of the new leathers that I have. I have a very rigid leather that I think would be very good for it. Wild Lioness Curls is playing The Quarry. She's actually going to be continuing it tonight. Are you going to continue with Lila, Sealove, and... Fuck, I forgot who else you had on with you. I'm going to leave this out, actually. Are you going to continue with them, or are you just going to solo tonight? Wild Lioness Curls. The Dark Pictures Anthology, I think Mirage finished those. I'd like to play them too, but I don't want to pay like full price for them, you know what I mean? Because like, I think they're still full price. I wasn't paying attention, and then all of a sudden, like, all three of them were out, right? And they look incredibly cinematic, and like the kind of games that you should play with like other people kind of like hanging out, you know what I mean? I'm gonna put these away. Where is my... Freaking hell. I like to save some of the scraps for other projects. Because, like, the charms, you only use, like, small pieces. And it feels like such a crime to start to cut out, like, out of a piece like this big, a piece that's, like, this big. So, I always like to, like, save the scrapes. Alright, so hold on. I should actually let this fly flat so that it can properly glue. And actually, I should probably put something on top of it. Where's my blade? Is actually the question that I need to ask myself. Did I put it right in front of me? You own them somehow? Did you buy them? That's usually how people get things. Maybe it was a gift. Cut that off. I don't think I need that strip. I just wanted to cut that off. There's an oblong shape. If you have PlayStation, the first two are free. On PlayStation 5? Because I have PlayStation and PlayStation Plus, and I think a lot of those things are like for PlayStation 5 users only, right? I don't have a PS5, which is unfortunate for me. Haha. And I keep meaning to buy one, but also like I probably shouldn't just buy one right now. I probably shouldn't just like buy a PlayStation 5. Let me put these over there. Great zip. Alright, so I'm going to finish clearing up this area. It's on the PS4. What? All right, hold on. I'm gonna go look this up later because I do. PS4 Dark Pictures Anthology. Okay. Season 1, PS4, PS5. Like, it's showing for me $100, but I'm not logged in. The Devil in Me Director's Cut free trial. But is that for PlayStation Plus, like, something or whatever? It's not letting me click anything either. There's like, it's giving me the point up and everything. Why is it doing this? Well, you're talking to Devil in Me, right? It says it's free. All right, hold on. I'll have to add that later. Yeah, I thought that Miles Morales was only going to be on PS5, and then they added it to like PS4 because they couldn't get enough PS5s out there. I thought you had a PS5 though. I thought you had a PS5. I shouldn't assume things. You know what happens when you assume, right? Because I don't know anything. All right, I'm gonna switch games. I mean, I'm going to switch to a game. We're not playing a game right now. I'm just cleaning up from the Leathercrafting. And I do want to put this stuff away. Probably should. I could probably vacuum tomorrow. No, I should vacuum now, actually, just to get the little scraps off the floor. So yeah, I'll be back in like 15-ish minutes. I'm gonna switch over to Dragon Quest. Maybe I'll eat something small because it's like 5 something. I'm gonna switch over to Dragon Quest. So, guys, I am sorry. Ooh, and I gotta do like 700 shoutouts. But I will be right back. I promise. I promise. Please don't go anywhere. Otherwise, the thread zap's coming to get you. Hashtag not sponsored. All right. For the PS Plus, okay. I'm gonna leave my PS5 on later so that I can like go look for that free goddamn game because I want it. I have so many games lined up for Shocktober and Spooptember already, and here's just another one. Not so what? No, it's gonna be like, all right, it's like 699 or 690. Nice. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I promise. What about Scary May? That's over. Spoon June. Oh god. My friend actually on another Discord, a friend of mine, has all these like names for different months based on what he wants to stream, and so like May is anime and June is Jundere, and so it's just basically like he just wants to stream a bunch of anime during these months. I don't think April has anything. Anyway, what would you what would you stream during Spoon June? Is it just like romance games, like dating sims? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna do all of the endings for Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. We're gonna definitely romance Monica. Because that's my waifu. She's so cute. I love girls like her. No. I gotta finish Doki Doki. But I will be right back. I promise. I'm gonna actually make a note as to what time it is right now. You know what? While I have this set up,